In this video, we're going to talk about how to find the percent increase and the percent decrease of something. If a quantity changes, and quantity could be something like population, it could be price, it's just an amount of something. The percent increase or the percent decrease can be found using one of the following formulas, which are just fractions, they're just division problems. If it's increase, you take the amount it increased divided by the original amount. If it decreased, you take it by the amount it decreased, divided again by the original amount. So you have to read the problem sometimes to determine, is it increasing or is it decreasing? Once you have found this fraction or decimal, you're going to find the percent increase or decrease by expressing it as a percent. So again, here's our formulas. Here's an example. The population of a city in 2020 is 14,500 people. In 2000, the population was 12,340 people. What has the percent increase been over the past 20 years? Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So we will use our formula on the left because we're interested in the amount of increase. So find the amount of increase first. So you take the current amount, 14,500, minus the original amount, 12,340. You get the amount of increase is 2,160. Then you divide that amount by the original amount. So you have 2,160 divided by 12,340. Putting that in the calculator, you get an answer of 0.17504055186. Then you just take that decimal and you convert it to a percent. We're going to round to the nearest tenth. So round to the nearest tenth, this would be 17.5%. We move the decimal point over 2 places. So we know it's going to be 17 point, and then we see, should we round our 5 up to a 6 or leave it as a 5? No, we leave it as a 5 because the digit to the right of it is 0. So the percent increase over the past 20 years in that particular city is 17.5%. Now, decrease. A video game was originally $59.95. It's now on sale for $14.95. What is the percent decrease? So we're going to do the amount of decrease divided by the original amount. So first we find the amount of decrease, that's $59.95 minus $14.95, which gives us $45. We divide that number by the original amount. 45 divided by $59.95 is, in the calculator, 0.7506255213. Then we express that as a percent. We're going to round to the nearest tenth. We get 75.1%. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So it's going to be 75 point something. And then we see, well, the digit to the next digit is a 0, but the digit to the right of the 0 is a 6. So if we round this to the nearest tenth, we're going to round up to 75.1%. In 2000, world population was approximately 6 billion. The data that you see on the screen are from the UN Family Planning Program and are based on different expectations for the future of human population growth. So there is one projection that assumes population growth is going to remain high. There's one projection that says it's going to be sort of in the middle. And there's one projection where human population growth is going to be low. So if you're looking at that, so these are models or projections of world population growth. Just looking at the graph, we're going to find the percent increase in world population from 2000, when world population was 6 billion, to 2150, when the high projection model says world population will be 30 billion. And then we'll find the percent decrease using the low projection data. But first we'll find the increase. So this is our formula. Same thing as we did previously. So it's the amount of increase. So that's 30, and this is 30 billion minus 6 billion. So that's 24 billion divided by the original amount, 6 billion. 24 divided by 6 is 4. 4 as a percent is 400%. All right, we move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2. Then we add zeros in there before we add our percent sign, we get 400%. So if that high model is correct, in the 150 years between 2000 and 2150, world population will increase 400%. Our second question, or second part of the question, was to find the percent decrease in world population from 2000 to 2150 using the low projection data. And again, we have the numbers here. We have it's 6 billion in 2000, 4 billion in 2150 is the projection using this low projection model. So that is the amount of decrease divided by the original amount. The amount of decrease is 6 minus 4, that's 2. It's decreased by 2. The original amount is 6. These are all in billions. That as a fraction is 1/3. 1/3 is 33.33%. So the projected percent decrease in world population is 33.13% according to that model. Now percents can be misunderstood. So on the next slide, you're going to get an example of that. So back in the day, there was a report on Entertainment Tonight that the PBS miniseries The Civil War, also from back in the day, had an audience of 13%. The usual PBS audience at that time was 4%. In other words, 4% of the population watching TV would be watching PBS. Tesh reported, who was the anchor at the time, that was an increase of more than 300%. Was that an accurate report? Well, to figure this out, we'll find the actual percent increase. The percent increase is the amount of increase compared to the original amount. So the amount of increase, 13 minus 4, that's 9. The original amount is 4. So the amount of increase was actually 225%. 225% is not more than 300%. So in this case, Tesh did not report the percent increase correctly. So you have to be careful with percents, both when you use them in your own work and also when you are interpreting percents as they are explained by somebody else.